Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live stream. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. First off, let's start as we mean to go on and do this right, shall we? We've already got Stuart Lodden in there. Says hi. Trade says hi. Tony says evening all. Polonium, evening folks. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Sounds okay. Says Lee. Hungry Tourist is in there. Lee Profit. Something I don't usually ask, but I'm quite interested because other people do ask on their lives. Let me know where you're from. If you're obviously not specific, but let us know where you're listening from today, and we can have a look at that. That'd be quite interesting. Stuart says audio, video, all good. Lady J's in the house. She says hello as well. So no doubt a few of you have seen my recent video on the failed hike. So we're going to be going into a bit more into depth of that and more detail of why and what and how, and if it was actually a failure or was that just clickbait. There we go. We've trades listening in from Glasgow, South Wales for Tony. You're all in much better locations than me for bugging out to. Rod Solar's in the Outer Hebrides. He's out of all the blast odds up there is Rod. Learner Preppers from Dover. Ooh, on the front lines, Learner Prepper there. Bedfordshire for the Hungry Tourist. Stuart Lonnan's here from Peterborough, Hertfordshire. Tayside, Lady J. Where's all the northerners? Where's all the northerners? It's either Scotland or south. There's nothing in between. Swill77 says hi from Kent. Oh, there we go. 30th Spartans from Nelson. There you go. He can help me along the way. Nice to have you in here, 30th Spartan. Good to have somebody local. That's awesome. D Hall, Sunderland / Washington. That's where I'm walking to as well. There we go. We've got some people that can help me out on the way. Hull, Marty. Everton is from Hull. It's good having a surname Everton and you're not from there, but yeah, that's cool. Right. So the failed hike. Right. For those who don't know, yes, I've been training. Yes, I've been doing walks. Yes, I've been doing the gym. Not as much as I'd like to do, but I have been doing it. I'm not just going into this straight from the sofa with a bag of chips. All right. I just want to make that clear right now. I've not done as much as I'd have liked to have done. That's the difference. I'd like to have been knocking out 50-mile hikes ready for a 100-mile one in training, but I've not done that. But the hike breaks down into 4 parts. The longest part being the initial slog, like first day. I figured get it all as much as I can done in the first day. After that, there's 3 shorter days to get through it. And it's not like at a marathon pace. It's not ridiculously long. Now, for the people that tell me the average person can only walk 10 miles, you're absolutely on cloud cuckoo land. For hundreds of years, soldiers have force marched 20 miles, 30 miles, and even further if you go back into ancient times. Yes, I know they were probably fitter than me back then, but you go as far back as the Civil War in America, they weren't all strapping fit lads, and they could still force march that. It's mind over matter a lot of time. Lee is in there. You don't need to say where you're from, Lee. We all know where you're from. The bug out shop there. Look at like the hat, Lee. You like the hat? So Lee said there, I would say 20 miles a day. So that's like the average. Yeah, that would be comfortable. This challenge isn't about being comfortable. I've got 4 days. If I had 5 days, that would be the perfect number. But I'm trying to get out, like I say, the biggest jaunt in the first day. And then there's a section, and it's not just based on the distance, it's based on incline and decline. So going over the Pennines, I know which bits I can go for longer on and go better on, and I know which bits are going to absolutely take it out of me. Okay, I know the terrain. So 20 miles a day, yes, that'd be great. I haven't got that extra day, so it's about squeezing that extra like 5 miles onto each day. So if you say 25 a day average, but the more I push out in the first day, the easier the following days get. I have got to get to the stadium for a certain time, because the stadium, in their awesomeness, have let me go finish inside next to the pitch, go through the tunnel that the players go through, and finish the hike at pitch side. So that's really awesome. Might not mean a lot to a lot of you, but Jack Shields, who I'm doing it in honor of, was a massive Sunderland fan, so that's why that's important. Kelly's in the house. Hi, Kelly. Good to see the members in here. I'm not disheartened at all. It's fuel. It really is fuel. And see, literally, I can't describe to you. The video doesn't do it justice. The torrential rain I hit on the off. The fact I got 16 miles, it was like 16.8 when I actually got back and worked it all out. The fact I got that far in that torrential rain in the boots, because that's been my biggest mistake. I left the boots too late to get them. Okay, because obviously my old military boots were broken in, no problems, but these are not. And I've been speaking to Lee from the Bug Out via email and stuff like that. So we're going to change things up a bit. Let me quickly show you before we start getting tips in, and because I really do genuinely want your advice, anything, and I don't ignore advice. All right, I take on what I can. Some advice, you just can't take on all the advice. Somebody tells you to go and buy £300 boots. I simply can't afford to do that. All right, so I will take advice when it's warranted or when it's achievable. So what I've done, right? If you saw the loadout originally, all the stuff, it's quite a lot. So I've stripped it back now. This is what I'm basing like initially on. So Lee gave me an awesome backpack, but I'm going to try this one as a smaller one because it's a smaller capacity, because I'm dropping out. All of this is gone. And if you notice in the middle, the toiletries bag, the shower gel exploded in the bag. So yeah, I'm going super basic with this. So I've not got my backup source of cooking and stuff. I've got the little gas canister, and the orange box next to it is the top for that. I've got literally day one food and breakfast for day two. This doesn't include a few extra chocolate bars and sweets that I'll have on a pouch. I'm going to have a belt pouch as well to distribute the weight a bit better. I'm taking the Pathfinder mug because it's awesome for cooking in with the lid, but I'm not going to take the bottle it came with because it is quite heavy. I'm going to take the Webtex bottle, the first aid kit. Obviously, we know I need that because I'm as accident prone as they come. Poncho served its purpose. That's definitely coming. I've reduced the number of lights because I had an actual lantern for in the tent and stuff. It's unnecessary. Gloves, power bank. The sleeping system I've not really compromised on. Still got a tent and the thermal kind of base layer. The sleeping bag's not on that picture because it's drying out. That's how bad it was. That rain soaked through the bottom of that bag and absolutely drenched the sleeping bag and everything like that. So that's drying out at the moment. That's why it's not on the picture. Like I say, that's what I've dropped. Somebody's kindly sent me these, the dry bags. So everything's going to be portioned out into them. Yes, I'm still going to have toiletries, but it's going to be 1 pack of wipes, a toothbrush, and a bar of soap. We are going completely like lightweight on this one. That's the boots I had. Awesome winter boots, but because I'm walking mostly on roads and tracks and stuff like that, I think that's really what killed my feet. So we're changing it up. I'm going to use the trainers on the left. I don't care if you rate them or not. They're Adidas trainers that I've used at the gym. It's my second pair of the same model because they're so good. They're well broken in. I've run in them. I've done miles and miles in them, so they're perfect. And then on the right are like the beach kind of waterproofish shoes, so you can, well, not waterproof, but wet shoes. So if I have to cross any rivers, anything like that, I can switch that up, or they can just be pretty much slippers for around the camp. So that's what I've done. Stripped it back. There's obviously, I've not took a photo of absolutely everything because I'm still in the middle of processing it all, but that was just the bulk there. It's almost, so I weighed the pack when I got back, and it was like 18.9 kilograms, the pack. Yeah, that was after I took out a wet sleeping bag as well. So it's dropped dramatically. It's like, I've not weighed it since I've done this, but I will do, and I'll let you know what it comes in at, but it is a lot less. So let's see what you're saying. As a teenager, I walked 20 miles a day on the weekends, but that was an awful long time ago. Yeah, I used to do a lot of walking as well. A lot of cycling I used to do. Maybe a charity cycle would have been a lot easier with an electric bike. There you go. There's no challenges there. I wasn't loaded down. See, this is the thing, right? So let me just clarify this. This is a 100-mile challenge for charity, right? Some of you have donated. We've raised £720 so far on Just Giving, about 60 odd pounds on the PayPal, and whatever revenue by the end of the month we get through YouTube. So I mean, it's awesome so far, and it's all for charity. But you missed the initial point of this. The distance of this is the same distance as my workplace to my home. So this isn't a case of I can fail this. My failure here is not getting there in time for doing the podcast at the stadium, but I will get there. There's no failure, there's no turning back, because in my head, this is me getting home to my family. And in an SHTF situation, I might not have everything I need. You know what I mean? So it's a luxury version of that. So the people saying, oh yeah, do this, do that, or you might fail, it's not going to happen. I will crawl on my hands and knees to get there a day late if I have to. Thank you, Miss Worm. There's the Bug Out Shop. YouTube. Have you checked locations of shops en route? Yes, like I say, so the way I'm taking, there's the Pennine Way, which is like a really hikers, walkers route through fields and stuff like that. I'm taking almost a way you could drive. So there's tracks off the road, it's single lane things, it's stuff like that, but it is almost roadways. So I can navigate most of it from memory. Once I'm on a certain road, I know to go all the way till I hit this landmark. I've got a map with me anyway, but just in case. So it goes through all the weird little villages and stuff. And yes, I've took notes of where shops are. I might have also took a few notes of where pubs are. You never know. Might need one. But yeah, honestly, there's shops en route. There's even bed and breakfasts en route that if I really had a really bad 2 nights, the third night I might go and like kip in a bed. Might not happen, but if it does, it does. Add some talcum powder, mate. You won't regret taking it with you. Yes. Okay. So maybe you could tell me this, Tony. So I've got talc. The cycling shorts were practically, it looked like a little mushroom cloud of talc when I put it in before that walk. But I've also got foot powder. So I use the foot powder on my feet. Now, everyone's saying talc. Is talc on the feet better than foot powder or the same stuff? Let me know on that one, because I was using the foot powder on my feet, the talc in other places. Will you have a GPS system with you? No, I won't. The only things I'm going to have with me is my phone. I don't know what good that will do with signal in places like that, but I'll have a OS map as well, because get home situation, they are in my car. So I could get them out of my car before I had to walk home. So it's same sort of thing. I wouldn't have the GPS. And as much as people have been really generous with donations and stuff like that, I'm not justifying buying some expensive Garmin thing just for this. Some gels, talc, Vaseline. Yeah, there we go. Do you know what? I don't really have much issues chafing. I mean, people who do these marathons and longer hikes have put the fear into me, so I am using all this stuff. But I've never had it in the past, and I've done some quite long runs. D Hall says good plan, trainers. Yeah. Like I say, I did speak with Lee about a lot of this from the bug out. So he's sent me an email. He's been absolutely awesome with this whole thing. If you need spare lightweight cooking, I have a Hex style folding stove with a full box of solid fuel if you want to use it. That's good to know, Spartan. I will have kind of a Hex with me anyway, because one of the side kits I've got is my fire starting kit, and it's got the British military folding metal stoves, the little one-time use kind of thing. So I've got that as an emergency if I need it, but I really do appreciate the offer there. And to be fair, if I'm not resourceful enough to start a little fire to cook something, then I should shut everything down right now. So my backup is, a little fire, a little controlled fire to cook. I use a walker, no advice to give. There you go. Maybe I'll need one at the end of it, Tuck. I use Crocs as camp shoes, waders, as their waders really start to stink. Well, yeah, true. I hate to admit it, but I do have Crocs. I was just looking because I thought they were on the floor next to me, but they're not. But I do have Crocs, so maybe. But I mean, I was watching a hiking, a couple of the guys that do the long distance hiking, and camp shouldn't be this sit down whole experience like you're going camping with your kids. It should be stop when you absolutely need to. By the time you've got some food into you, you'll just be asleep, and then you're up at the crack of dawn and you pack up and you go. There's no spending much time there anyway, so I don't think I'll need my Crocs and my sun cream and my lounger, Would a push cart be cheating? So no, it's the walk. I never promised to carry a certain amount of weight or anything like that. So no, it wouldn't. And one of the guys from the Preppers Fireside actually sent me a link to a 16 quid Amazon trolley style one. And he said it'll save you back, but I'd rather do it the way I'm going to do it if I've got to get home. Not bug out. I've got a full on trolley because I've got kids. But from get home from work, I'd rather just carry what I can. Did you use sticks? Do you know what? This was a mistake I made as well on this training one. I took one. Overconfident, I took one. Which was a nice little aid, but I found with one, I was maybe offsetting myself a bit, So yeah, both sticks are going to come with me. They're going to be strapped to the bag until I need to deploy them, and it probably is mainly for hills and stuff like that. But yeah, that's another thing that the bug out sent me to use. So I will be using them. Yeah. So are you taking in-ear headphones when the weather's rubbish? Walking far, listening to a good podcast really helps me. Yeah, if you noticed on the video, there was one earphone in. That wasn't for the purpose of filming that little piece. That was because I'd been playing music and listening to there was a new apocalypse style book series on Words Gone Audible that some of the preppers had recommended, so I've got that to listen to. And yeah, you're right, it's the same in the gym. Start a 10-minute run, put a podcast on, it's been an hour. I've only ever used talcum as regards to the foot stuff. Will you be warm enough at night? Interesting one. So I recently got a sleeping bag. It's probably not one of the best ones in the world. I can't tell you what it is at the moment because it's drying over there somewhere. But it was one of the Caramore ones, but it is 4-season. I wouldn't trust it as much as some of the really good military spec ones or the ones that I had on my wish list. But for a budget, it will do. It's a mummy style one, and I don't think it's going to be that cold. I'm in an actual tent. not in a tarp. And I've got the bed liner at the base, which the disabled camper sent me. So I think I'm going to be warm enough. Pretty sure I will. You know, my backup plan for that learner is pretty much if I'm really that cold, I'll pack up and I'll carry on walking through the night. And if I've got to grab a couple of hours somewhere in the day instead, I'll do that. But I'll just get up and keep walking. I've done like 48 hours before on exercise because I just could not sleep, even though you think you'd drop, but I've done it before. So Marty Everton, can someone drive your route to help you replen? No different to ultra runners at stations. Right, so because it's drivable, yes, people can reach me. I mean, I've obviously got a lot of family still in the northeast, so I could call upon them if I needed to once I was that end. While I'm close to this end, the missus could run something out if I needed to. But the plan is to try and, you know, just do what I can on the way. To be honest, I'm going to try a bit of foraging on the way as well. Add some spare clothes to change into at night. Yeah, I've got people who was at the last prepper meets might tell you I've got a lovely pair of long johns, so they'll be sneaking a little corner of the bag. Nothing better than slipping into your long johns. Your own, not somebody else's. Get your minds out the gutter. Main thing is to try and stay dry. The weather looks pretty good, to be fair. The weather does look pretty good. Thank you for posting the link to the Just Giving page, Miss Worm. That is awesome. Hello from Cyprus. Look at that. You're not going to have a problem with the cold. Right. So, where's that gone? Let's put that up. If I just want to say thank you because we're at 72. I put 1,000 in as you know, it makes you pick a goal. And I thought, I'll put something in ridiculous. I expected to raise a couple of £100 for this. So the fact we've got to 720, I mean, you guys, plus the guys at SAFC Fan TV, should give yourselves a round of applause. That is absolutely awesome. And that doesn't include the other donations I've had, like through whatchamacallit, through Amazon and things like that, and the people helping. It's all been superb. For anyone that doesn't know, this is what I'm doing it for. This is SAFC Fan TV, non-profit Sunderland channel. I know Sunderland. Somebody's got to be a Sunderland fan. What are you going to do? The guy on the top left thumbnail in the center there is Jack, or a cartoon version of him, and that is the guy that passed away in April. Absolutely awesome guy. I used to do loads of videos with him. It was me and him on them all the time. But I will be putting updates on the shorts of this page as well during the walk. So if you want more details of what's going on during the walk, make sure you subscribe to them, just so you can see them shorts come through. But obviously I'll be putting some on my channel as well. But the fact the walk is for SAFC Fan TV, that's where the majority of the live updates are going to go. And during the live commentary they do for the match, I'm hopefully going to have signal at halftime to join them mid walk as well. So that should be cool. Yeah. So let's have a look at the comments. What's going on? Can't go wrong with long johns. A 90. You want to see me in a 90, Miss Worm? Come on, that's the stuff of nightmares. Evening, Tell. How you doing? So can I just mention Tell? Because right, so Tell the boy there, from the very start of this channel, he supported me and he sent me that big green first aid kit. And if it hadn't been for him, some of the accidents I've had probably wouldn't have gone as well. So he's an absolute legend. So thank you, Tell. Right. So that's the plan. to strip down that bag, have the lighter bag, and do the walk. So, I mean, has anyone got any questions or advice on top of that, or about the whole thing in general? Yeah, not that I'm trying to time fill, but there's 29 of you guys in here. Come on, let's water, half-liter bottle with MRE, drinking to sip on during day, spare 1 liter in bag. Yeah, I think I overdid that on the last one, Lee, because I had 2 liters in the bag and 1 on me. So I've got the belt. Is it there? Is it in the other room? What's that? So to load bear a bit, I'm now going to be taking this, which I've done a video on before as my going scavenging in an urban environment kit, but obviously that's not what I'm going to use it for. This is going to be the snack pouch, and here is where the Webtex bottle that you saw in the previous picture will go in, and that'll be my water on my person for sipping on the way, and spare water in the bag. But because of the route I'm taking, there's a ridiculous amount of refill points I can use. I've spied where the churches are, the ones that are still open. I did notice a lot closed recently, where the churches are, graveyards, things like that, places I can refill. And to be fair, the people are generally nice. I could walk into a pub and probably fill up my bottle if I had to. Oh no, I have to buy a pint. Oh, terrible times. So that's going to go on me. Spread the weight a bit and water on hand. So it's not, because that was the other thing. It's all right having all your water in your bag, but no one wants to stop to take that off. I thought about doing the Camelback, but it's just more weight. It's just more weight. Miss Worm said, bit short on the likes, which will you oblige to not hit the thumbs up. Hit that like button, guys. That bit's free. Head torch red light for your back. Yes, good one. Yes. So the head torch I've got that was in that picture does have the red light mode. And I assume you mean like, especially for when we start to lose the light. Ideally, I'm going to have the light the most of the time I'll be walking. If I reach the checkpoints that I should reach, hopefully I'll do it in daylight. But if not, yes, cracking idea, D-Hall. And also that smaller bag does have a waterproof cover that is like a high vis red. It's not high vis like the luminous yellow, like reflect like a beacon, but it is a bright red. So that will help as well, especially being on roads. But yeah, that's a great one. That D-Hall. Are you taking a filter or tablets? I might throw. I've got a couple of life straws that were part of family kits that are lightweight ones. They're a bit cheap. I'll be honest, they're cheap ones, but I might take one of them just because it weighs nothing, just in case. I'll see how it fits in, but yeah, I might take one of the lightweight life straws. And as far as tablets goes, I could probably throw in some water purification tablets. I've got them everywhere. Literally, you can't open a drawer in my house with seeing a pack of the military spec purification tablets. They're just absolutely everywhere. So I'll even if I don't intend to take some, I'll probably have some on me. But yeah, churches intending to drink holy water. No, many churches will have an outdoor tap that you can refill your water, especially ones with graveyards, and generally they don't object to it. So yeah, that's why churches. I can't go inside. Skin starts to burn, Mel says, for your feet, Mike, when I was in the army, we used surgical spirit to harden our feet. Helps with the rubbing. Use footwear that you're comfortable in, i.e. trainers, etc. Yeah, we've done. Yeah, we've mentioned that I'm dropping these boots and I'm going to be using the trainers now. If the weather gets terrible, then I'll have somebody rub my boots out to me if needs be, but I can't see that happening, to be fair. And as far as hardening my feet goes, I mean, I'm the nightmare person that will walk barefoot anyway. I will nip to the shopping barefoot. I've got quite hard feet at the bottom. So that's why I was surprised how much they were hurting through them boots. But yeah, all of this stuff is not just for this time, because this is going to spur me doing this multiple times, not for charity, not for raising money, but just so I get the fitness up after this. It's the type of person I am. As soon as you've done it once, like, right, I want to do that again. I want to challenge myself more. Yeah, stop somewhere for a pint and a Scotch egg. That's the problem. Will it be 1 pint, or would that be like, oh, I'll reach checkpoint tomorrow? 6 weeks later. Some tablets with electrolytes, especially if hot. Yeah, I was trying to look for electrolyte powders that I could get. I might have to pick some up on the day, or like the day before, and we'll see. Because I'm working all the way up until I go, pretty much. So I have to make up the time to have the time off to go. So it's difficult to get out and pick stuff up at the moment. Oh, Lee, if I could, I would trail mix to munch on during the day. I don't like nuts. I know, heathen, terrible, and I've done the keto diet, and I just can't have anything with nuts. It's not an allergy. I think it's like a subliminal allergy, because my dad didn't like them, so we never had nuts in anything as kids, and now I can't even stomach the smell of them. So I need an alternative to trail mix. I've got a couple of the dark chocolate British military bars. I've got a few of them. I've got the protein bars, the grenade protein bars that you saw, and I've got some oat flapjack bars as well. That's what I've got at the moment, and a bag of Fox's Glacier mints just to take me back to my childhood. Do you have a toilet route planned, or taking a shovel? My poos will be sponsored by Temu. Is it here? Where is it? No, it might be in the other room. But yes, I have the cheap and nasty foldable shovel. I did a review on Temu about it. Like, I mean, we're talking 150, 200 videos ago, so you'll have to dig to find it. But it looks like the military spec folding shovel, but obviously it's the smaller China spec. But it folds up to about that big, and it's big enough to dig a little hole to drop a little log. So yeah, Pooh's sponsored by Temu. Barocca tablets are good. Oh, is that like the drop in the water fizz type ones? I remember the advert for that, isn't it? Barocca U, but on a good day. That was it, wasn't it? Go on, taste the bread. What did I miss? Yeah, Barocca you can pick up everywhere. That's cool. Thank you, Kelly. I'll might task the missus to go and get some of them. This is really pushing that. See, that's good. That's the intention of the channel, right? Making you think, making me think, making me learn, helping you, and if it triggers something like that, and in an SHTF situation that makes all the difference to your tuck, then it's a win, right? It's very easy to jump on and criticize people, but I've said from day one, I don't know everything. I'm here to learn as much as give. What I know, I'll give out. What I try, I'll show you. What I fail at, I will show you. You will get honesty on this channel. That's as much as I can offer you. All right. So it's very easy for people to criticize, but I'm just glad something like that brightens my day. Make up your own trail. Yeah, but isn't trail mix mainly nuts and seeds and stuff? It would just be a bag of raisins. It's cool. I always think of the Iron Man people who have the bag, they'll be cycling, they'll have a bag of jelly babies in the front of the bike, and just to literally grab and put a fistful for that sugar rush kind of thing. I take electrolyte capsules from good old Amazon. Large bag of Doritos. See, this is the thing, though. I mean, yeah, these are all great ideas, and this. So snacks wise, if it can fit in this, then it can come. Because this is the mistake I made with that first loadout. I had all the food for 4 days, which is probably sensible in a bug out situation. But cause I'm restricted to that 4 days for the 100 miles, then it starts to become more about the pace and the speed and the fatigue. Obviously, if I'm in a get home situation, if it takes me 5 days, 7 days, 10 days to get home safely and securely, so be it. But this is a challenge, and I'm going to get there in this time. So loading up like that with the 4 days worth of food was a bad idea. Haribo, yes. The problem I have with Haribo, Kelly, is as soon as they're in this house, they're gone. Yeah. I'll have to keep them under lock and key if I got some in advance. I'll just have to pick some up at the shops on the way. Red Bull gives you wings. That's all we need. That'd be cheating on a sponsored walk, says Miss Worm. Yeah. What was that one then? Lots of carbs for a couple of days before you start. Yeah, this has really messed up my keto diet. This trail mixer, whatever you want to be, dried fruit, banana, coconut. Have a look at supermarket baking section. All right, okay, yeah, that's a cool idea. I'll have a look. Thanks for that, Lee. I'll make my own trail mix. That's a just made me think of what I've actually got in the baking bit of my cupboards, and I think I've got like shreds of almonds because that's the only one I can eat that doesn't taste like a peanut. Yeah, okay, I'll figure something out with that. It's good, nice one. Well, I miss everything 4x4. You've missed everything. You're coming in at the end. I'm just basically getting people's advice on the hike, telling people what I've done to change things, telling them it will be done. I will be getting it done. You can critique all you want. And of course, I'm here to thank you all. £720 raised so far for the walk. The donation page will stay open all the way through the walk and afterwards as well, up to a certain point. Anything you can give me through PayPal, if you prefer, all goes towards it. Anything that the channel makes in revenue for this month up until after the walk will be donated as well. So it's all going to it. We're trying to raise as much as I can for this. So we're at 720 now. I expect with the PayPal revenue and the PayPal donations so far and the advert revenue, that'll take it up to close to 900. So it's good. It's really good. I really do appreciate it. And Jack's family should be over the moon with that. Jack's mum is meeting me at the stadium when I finish the walk as well. So you can see why I'm determined and why I will literally drag myself over the line. Thank you. Appreciate that 4x4 fella. I will, honestly. I've got grit and determination, if nothing else. Oh, wow. I like it. I like it. You don't have to chop up jerky in this country, just so you know, Tuck, because we destroy it already. The only jerky you can get is the biltong stuff that comes in a bag and it's already in little pieces. But throwing that in, that is a good idea. I'm not sure I could throw chocolate in with jerky though, but yeah, with the nuts and stuff like that, that might work well. I like it. That's where the shovel comes in handy. There we go. Yeah. Crawling along. Honestly, there's a part of me on that walk the other day who wanted to go and fish that BMX out of the river, finish it on 2 wheels. Thank you, Miss Worm, for posting all the links. We got about just a couple of minutes left, guys, and I'll be going off because still lots to do. Oh, I'll mention as well, camping wise. So I've scouted out several campsites along the route that deal with hikers. Basically, you're paying to go into a field. It is technically illegal to wild camp in over the Pennines and the North. What's it called? The Yorkshire Dales. So I have scouted campsites along route. The plan is, if I get to a campsite and I've still got 3 hours of walking time, I'll keep going and I will wild camp. So I'm kind of going to do both. So I'm going to have the options of going to them campsites, and I probably will end up wild camping for a couple of them anyway as well. But I'll show you along the way. I mean, this it's about walking, right? It's not about where I stay. So if I decide to get a 5-star hotel, and that's not going to happen. I can't afford that crap. But you know what I mean. So the wild camping, to avoid Mr. Law or Mr. Move On, I'm not going to be doing it officially. I've seen which campsites are good, but if I can get a leg up on that first couple of days and carry on walking, then I definitely will. I've looked at a few different wild camping videos and stuff, and I have done it in Scotland where it is legal. So I kind of know the ropes and how to go and find somewhere that's off the beaten track. And even where you think there's no forest, you could do the little ditch holes and stuff. So yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. It's such a stupid rule that you can't wild camp in this country. Cheers, Mel. Much appreciate that. Lee, yes, I've got a map and I've got a compass as well, both of which I do have. So, and to be honest, I'll be totally honest with you. First port of call is going to be the phone. I've got the OS Maps app. So, I mean, that's just easy to scroll around and stuff like that. But for just in case's sake, I do have a paper copy map as well and a compass. I have 2 compasses. So yeah, thanks for that. I will be doing that. I'm late to rewind the stream. John's going to be shouting out answers to the questions at the start. This is going to get confusing, John. Can't do that to me. Appreciate John being here. Another one of our members. That's awesome. Thank you. Campsites will give you more of a rest. Showers, etc., will make a big. I don't think these campsites have showers because they really are off the beaten track. They're glorified. A farmer's put a field and a portaloo there and said, "There you go, £10, please." They're not campsites. I'm not stopping at a haven. There's just none of them on routes. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I think it's more the peace of mind when you're in something like that. I mean, it didn't bother me. Didn't bother me in Scotland wild camping. That was fine because obviously it's legal. But I just can't be asked to get just starting to drift off, and somebody asked me to move along. That would really grind my gears. Yeah, Lee said the same. Campsite's a good shower and a toilet. Oh, you guys are thinking way too high end scale. Think lower, much lower. Thank you, Miss Worm. And for any of those you with a YouTube channel that's related to this subject, give me a shout as well. Let's get you on the Prepper podcast and promote you. That's what we like to do, promote everyone else's channel. No, I don't have an air mattress for the tent. I should have brought the stuff through and showed it you, shouldn't have. That's really poor planning. But it is TD Camper. Josh, who's on Fireside, got it for me. It's like a folding mat, because I was using one of the old school just roll out thin mats, and this one's like thermally lined and stuff like that. So yeah, I can sleep on concrete. To be fair, I'm one of those people. I can fall asleep anywhere. So the comfort side of things doesn't come into it as long as I'm warm enough. Use the shower sneakily, then move on. It's when I go into a pub and order half a Coke and they catch me having a full-on sink wash in the toilet. Yeah, this is it. It's all about leave no trace. But yeah, and I always do, even on a family camping holiday, leave no trace. Usually leave no trace. The last camping family holiday, the trace was left by me dumping the entire tent in the bin at the campsite. So there was a trace left at that one. I will apologize. Power bank to charge with. Yes, I've got a jump start kit for the car. It's like a big, huge power bank. I'm going to do a video on it soon because I've got normal power banks, but this thing, because it can jump start a car without that side of it fully charged, it charges my phone. It's charged my phone like 10, 15 times in a row without needing to be recharged itself, and it charges fast. It's like the JCB of power banks. Just have a look. You can get different brand ones, but they're the ones that people use to jump the car with. But if you're just using it as a power bank, yeah, it lasts a lot longer than some of them. So I'll do a video on that. But yeah, I'll be taking that obviously because I'll want to film footage and stuff. No, do you know what, Kelly? You're completely wrong. Think how nice that first Radox bath will be when I get home. That's the one. Candles, bubbles. Very Chandler Bing. I appreciate that again, 30th Spartan, but not needed, and it's just be more stuff to carry for me. Yeah, I can sleep on a rock, me. Check the route for any public loos. Any tourist place should have one. Do you know what? Because what I did the other day is like the starting of the walk I'm going to do, and I saw how many public toilets are closed down now? How many churches are closed down now? They're just not open. You see the buildings there, and they're just not open. It's ridiculous. That looking for public loos and stuff like that is probably more difficult than just finding a tree, to be fair, and digging a hole. It's scary. It really is. It's not just the shop shutting down, it's everything. I've seen plenty of campsites in my area that were just cleared and mowed patch with a trio of cabbage palms planted close enough for hammocks. There you go. That's all you need. It depends where you are. If you have, depends on where you are. If you have, you're near to where you. Yeah, I'm having a stroke trying to read this. Whether they will let you shower, change, you can still camp out. Okay, cool. Yeah. YHA. That's it. I thought you'd wrote something wrong. YHA. You're talking about the hostels, aren't you? Cheers, Paul. Sorry. Brain completely went because I read YHA as a misspelling of like ya or you. Jesus Christ. It's late. I'm going off shortly. Yes. Public toilets are few and far between. It's a sad thing doing these walks at the moment because I've been out a few different directions from where I live over the last few weeks, and I'm just seeing more and more stuff closed down. It's just sad. It's sad. 2 on, 2 off, Stag. He'll learn to sleep anywhere. Exactly. There you go. Martin knows the score. Getting up, exercise, fucking having a shave in the ice cold water out your canteen. Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely. Flashbacks. Food, I would take oats for breakfast for all 4 days, as we're cheaper here. Buy evening food on the way. Yeah, so if you noticed on the photo, I put the oats. There you go. Well, you can't see it because your comments in the way. Oh my god, amateur. There you go. So the oats are on the bottom left there. That's just representative of the day. But yeah, I think you're right. I'll probably throw the extra 3 packs in, 3 or 4 packs in there of the oats. And the other thing that you can't see is for packing purposes, the Pathfinder cup. I've put the camp stove top, the orange box inside it, and I've packed around it with 3-in-1 coffee sachets because I always need my coffee, and it stops it rattling as well. So it was win-win with that one. Right. Literally last minute, guys. I have got to go because there's so much to do still. I really appreciate you being here, though. Matthew Hopper, really appreciate you becoming a member. Thank you very much. All the revenue from the channel goes to this British Heart Foundation this month, but I really do appreciate your membership and your support. Good luck. Honestly, you'll see more of the route as I'm doing the videos along the way. Double up 2 oats a day for brekkie. It will last you most of the day. Yeah, spot on, Lee. Yeah, cheers. Appreciate that. I will do. They weigh next to nothing as well, so I may as well, hadn't I? Just slow release carbohydrates is the best way forward, right? Yep. Thank you very much, guys. Right, I will. Yeah, everyone's saying thanks and best of luck, so we'll count that as signing off. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for your support. Some great advice there. I'll be starting to pack and make some notes and send the missus a shopping list that she probably won't get me. I will say one last time, all the links are in the description. You can support this. You can support me to do this. You can support the charity directly through Just Giving. All the links are down there. Every single thing's appreciated, from a penny to a pound. Whatever you can spare is all goes to an excellent cause. And I will drag myself across that finish line if I have to. Keep an eye on the short videos throughout the days, and then we'll release one big video, obviously, at the end of it, if I survive and I recover enough to do some video editing. But I'll keep you live updated as much as possible on the shorts on the channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell and all that wonderful stuff. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all being here. Miss Worm, thank you for moderating and your links as always. You're an absolute legend. I love you to bits. Thank you, guys. Trying to find the button to click to end the stream. Play for time. They've not noticed. Right. See you later, guys. Bye.